Hello guys, Harry here. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're well. So in this video, I'm going to share my most recent purchase with you guys today. This is one of those watches that will stay in my collection for years to come, and it will see a lot of wrist time as well. I can tell you that much at the start of the video straight away. I bought this watch about a week and a half ago, and it arrived in the post late last week. So I've been wearing this watch for a few days now and absolutely loving it. Love the dial on this watch. When I show you the watch, you'll know what I'm talking about. Paid 949 Australian dollars for this watch. This watch retails for $1,495 in Australia. So really happy about the amount of discount or the amount of money that I've managed to save on this watch, and really excited to share this watch with you guys today as well. So without further ado, guys, let's take it out of the box and see what I've purchased. There's nothing special happening with the box, to be honest with you. It's a very standard Seiko box that you would have seen on a number of watches before as well. Then you get this paper wrapping on the inside of the box. Let me take it out of there. So here we go, and I mean, look at that dial, absolutely fantastic. It's gorgeous, that dial, and that dial is what really attracted me towards this watch. I've got the hang tag here to quickly show you the reference number. So SPB227J is the reference number for this particular model. Okay, let me take it out of the pillow as well. Now, talking about the dimensions, the case size on this watch is 39 millimeters, but let me tell you one thing: don't let that case size fool you, because this watch definitely wears larger than his true size. I've handled 39 mil watches or cases before as well. I've had a few in my collection in the past as well with that case size or that dimension, and this one definitely wears larger than those watches. I've got an average size wrist. I'll give you a wrist shot a bit later on in the video. My wrist size is 7 inches, so you will see how this fits on my wrist, and you will see what I mean by that this watch wears larger than its true size of 39 mil. Lug to lug distance is quite manageable at 47.1 millimeters. I don't see many people will have issues with that lug to lug distance. Case thickness is 11.3 millimeters. I mean, it's not the slimmest watch or the thinnest watch you'll find out there, but it's definitely not thick. I wouldn't classify this as thick either. And lug width is 20 millimeters on this watch. Stainless steel bezel, case, crown, and bracelet on this one. Finishing is really nice. It is really nicely finished case from Seiko. We have high polish finish along the side and on this fixed bezel as well. Brushing on the top of these lugs. And this series of this watch is called Sharp Edge by Seiko, and when you really look at this case from the side, you can tell why, with those really sharp edges and that the unique case shape of these lugs and this case. And I haven't seen a lot of watches with with a case like this or with a shape like this. So so this is referred to as Sharp Edge series from Seiko. It is from the Presage collection, as you can see on the dial. Their signed crown at 3 o'clock. Really happy about having a signed crown on this watch as well. I've seen a lot of Seiko watches, and I'm not talking about cheap watches either. I'm talking about watches that cost you $700, $800, $900 with unsigned crowns. So I'm really happy that Seiko really thought this one through, and they've put a nice signed crown on this one that is really nicely engraved on that crown. Flat sapphire crystal with AR coating on the inside, and so you can see that dial without any interruption at all. And let me tell you one thing: you wouldn't want to see that dial without any interruption at all. I mean, as I said, this dial is really, really nice, really gorgeous, and I don't think I can capture the full potential of this dial under lights in my camera. But you have to see this dial or this watch in the flesh to be able to appreciate this watch or this dial, and the way it catches the light, the way it plays with light is absolutely fantastic. So I chose to go for the red. There are other color options as well. There's blue, green, and white. I think it just comes down to the personal choice. But I really liked this red out of the lot. And let me, if I'm being honest, every color looks fantastic on this style. So if you choose to go for the green one and that is your color, I don't think you'll really regret buying this watch in that color. And I don't know if you can really see, but the red on this dial, it gets darker or richer as you move further towards the outer rim of this dial, and that happens with the rest of the colors as well, except the white dial. So if you buy the green or the blue, they're lighter on the inside or the inner part of the dial, and then they start to get richer or darker as you move further out towards the outer part of the dial. So we've got applied markers all around. Seiko is applied underneath 12 o'clock, and Seiko underneath the logo, you can see it's got its own kind of platform there as well. The texture on the undersurface of that logo is different to the texture on the rest of the dial. We've got sword style hands, really sharp looking hands on this one. Bracelet automatic printed above the 6 o'clock, and then we got the date complication at 3 o'clock. We have a pull and push crown. So first pull of the crown to adjust the date. Second pull or final pull of this crown to adjust the time on this watch. We do have some lume as well. It is sufficient enough for a watch like this. It's not the brightest of lumes that you'll find on a watch, but again, for a watch like this, it is decent enough. I will not dwell too much on this lume because, as I said, for a watch like this, it is not really critical to have a great lume. But saying that, it's got a decent amount of lume on there anyway. So guys, that's the lume for you. Let me turn the lights back on again so we can carry on with the rest of the review. Now, talking about the bracelet, I really like the quality of this bracelet as well. I've seen so many bad bracelets from Seiko that I wasn't really I wasn't really hopeful about this one as well. I wasn't really keeping my hopes high with this bracelet, but it is really nice. The finishing is really nice. It's mainly brushed with polished bits on the middle part of the bracelet, and it is, as I said, it's really nicely finished. We've got solid end links on this one, and we have a milled clasp. Seiko is Seiko signed there on the clasp as well. Same brushed finish on the clasp as well. It does taper down as well, so it starts off at 19 mil and finishes off at 17.5 before increasing up to 19.5 on the clasp again. The watch weighs around 154 grams with all the links in place. I've taken out 3.5 links to get a proper fit from this watch, and it is weighing 138 grams in its current state. So not a lot of micro adjustments on this one, only a couple of micro adjustments, but you do get a half link on each side, so definitely helps in getting a nice fit from this watch. All right, guys, let me just quickly wipe off the case back so I can show you the case back as well. We do have an open case back on this watch, so you can see the movement in action. So here we go. There's a fair amount of information on this case back as well. So stainless steel, and we can see the water resistant there as well. So 100 meters, 10 bars. So you get screw down case back, 100 meters of water resistance with a pull and push crown. I think again sufficient for a watch like this. The glass on the case back is a sapphire crystal as well, so that's a nice addition from Seiko. You can see the 6R35 automatic movement there. That's Seiko's own movement. There's some information on the rotor as well. So 24 joules, 21,600 beats per hour. The stated tolerance from Seiko is plus 25 to minus 15 seconds per day. I've been this one's been averaging about plus 7 seconds per day, so heaps better than those stated numbers from Seiko. Offers hacking and hand winding, and you get 70 hours of power reserve, so really generous there as well. And this one is made in Japan, and I believe that is referenced here somewhere on the case back as well. So there you go, it is made in Japan. So overall, really nice looking watch. I mean, mainly the dial. Absolutely love the dial on this watch. And as I said earlier, it doesn't matter which color variant you end up buying for yourself. If that is your color, you'll definitely love the dial in that color. Let me give you a quick reshot as well. So I've got a 7-inch wrist as I mentioned earlier, and I did mention that this watch does wear a bit larger than its true size as well. So here we go. It definitely wears larger than any other 39mm case that I've handled in the past. There's no lug overhang at all, and there's a bit of a bump on the case back, as you can see. It does stick out a little bit, but not too bad at all. So yeah, it does wear nice. It is comfortable. It's not too heavy, and it does wrap around your wrist nicely, as long as you get a nice fit from this bracelet. And those half links definitely help in getting a nice fit from this bracelet and this dial. Again, I'll keep coming back to the dial, but it is absolutely fantastic. That dial, at least for the money, it's great. So guys, this concludes our review, and thank you very much for watching. I'll see you with my next video shortly. Until then, stay safe and look after one another. Thank you again.